Hey, I'm Asti,
And I'm Vanessa.
and welcome to Invyted In, the podcast where we're spilling the tea on all your favourite influencers.
So each week we're going to be bringing you the juiciest gossip with the influencers on our platform who are absolutely killing it at social media. So whether you're an influencer yourself or you're thinking about just getting started, welcome, you're invited in.
A massive thank you to our amazing sponsor, Premier Podcast Studios, for bringing you this episode. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Invyted In. Today we're joined by the lovely Amina. Thank you so much for coming on to the episode today.
So much. We're very, very excited to have you.
Thank you.
And yeah, for maybe just to quickly start off, for people who don't know who you are, do you want to just give a little intro, your name and what you do, and then we can get into the whole backstory, influencer story.
Okay, so where do I start? It's been a journey. My name is Amina Maz. I started out as a law student in 2012, I think. Yeah, so I was doing a 2-year law degree. I was really having a lot of doubts whether I wanted to actually pursue law, what I actually wanted to do in life, because I didn't take a gap year before university. So I went straight in there, and my mental health was really like suffering. So I needed some type of leadway to get out of there. And one of my classmates at the time was involved in a prank channel, and I joined.
Okay.
And we grew to be one of the most infamous prank channels on YouTube in the UK.
Oh, amazing.
So that's kind of where I came from. And later on, I've been trying to find my footing and creating my own brand in a way, and changing my content to suit, I guess, my lifestyle now.
Amazing.
No, I feel like we need to know a little bit more about this prank channel.
Yeah, we can delve a bit deeper into the pranks.
So you met your fellow classmate, and he or she started this prank channel. How
They
long
actually
were
got closed down before I had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had joined,
Oh,
and
no
then
way.
they started well over again.
The same
And how many
thing.
people were in the
There was about
group?
5 of us. I
5
was
of
the
you.
only girl.
Okay.
So it was an interesting time.
Interesting.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, and like what sort of pranks were they doing?
Everything from, I think my first ever social experiment was domestic violence in public. So I pretended to be a pregnant woman, and one of the actors pretended to punch me in the stomach, and we wanted to see how people would react to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, quite a lot of people did stand up and helped.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see, because you see quite a lot of people nowadays, they kind of just go straight for their phone rather than helping someone in a very critical situation.
Yeah.
So it was definitely very interesting to see that.
What were the purposes of this? So pranks, in my head, in my definition of pranks, is literally fun games, but that sounds pretty serious. Is this like connected to studies you guys were doing or something like that?
I was always interested in psychology and just understanding how people's brain works and how they react in certain situations. So to be honest, things have happened to me in life, and I always thought, why didn't someone do something about it? So, for instance, one of the things that I'd done was groping in public. So we basically set up a social experiment again in the London Tube, and had one of the actors
places for it.
Yeah, exactly. You probably know, and you felt
Yeah.
how that is. Sometimes you feel like a hand on your butt or something, and you just think, this is so inappropriate, but no one really does anything or says anything. One of the actors was pretending to grope me, and it was pretty crazy. They
Did anything?
Yeah.
react?
So one of the passengers actually pulled the passenger alarm, so the whole car basically stopped.
Yeah.
And it was there was one I think it was like a Muslim man. He tried to actually grab the guy, the actor, and then I had to be like, no, I'm sorry, this is just a social experiment and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna ask, yeah, like, is it not like, obviously it's good that people are reacting that way, but surely it's a bit, when you tell them it's a prank, like, or like a social experiment, like, what happens? Do
they're pretty cool about it.
Okay.
Obviously it's kind of like shock, and then oh, okay, no, it's not real, and then they see why we've done it.
Yeah.
And it's funny, at the time we actually had a guy from Metro newspaper on the carriage.
No way.
And then literally the day after, we saw it like on Metro News, and he just kind of wrote about it.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty cool.
No way. So you would say like mainly these pranks were kind of more social experiments, I guess.
For me personally, that was my side of things.
Fine.
I enjoyed that because there's so many things that us girls go through in life. And I just wanted to test how people would react.
So interesting.
I can see how that grew quite quickly. But I'm curious now, why did they close down before? And why did they restart?
Oh, I'm not actually sure about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
And then they just restarted
they had
because...
to restart, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it was a hacking, like maybe someone hacked the YouTube or... Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So interesting. And then what happened then? You like were doing these pranks, that was obviously going really well. You were like, were you guys making money from it, or...
There was revenue coming out from obviously Google AdSense, and we were literally everywhere. I'm talking like worldwide news. I would see myself on like the front page of Daily Mail and things like that, which is really, really weird for me. Like Glamour magazine, like people just reaching out that I never ever thought that would. It was a whirlwind, honestly. It was a very, very crazy experience.
Were you constantly doing pranks like this then on like a weekly basis?
Yeah.
Like really controversial ones?
Not always controversial, to be honest. We would do some cool stuff, like we rented out £1 million house for like a group of people for the homeless.
Okay.
And it was just over Christmas period, so we cooked them like dinner and put them in for a night, and really like got their backstories of why they ended up on the streets. So like, to be honest, the content ranged.
That does sound like a massive
lot
range.
of different things.
And did you ever like expect, I mean, you kind of joined the group, I guess, after they originally were doing it?
I joined when it was about 300,000 followers, and then we grew to over 1 million, and I don't even know how many followers there are now.
And is it still going? Is it still happening?
I'm not sure if they're still creating content, but I wish them all the best. They are.
Wow, so interesting. And then like, what happened? Like, what was the kind of like switch when you wanted to kind of like do your own thing?
So there was a controversial prank that happened, and the police called, and I actually got taken in for an interview, asking whether I was there.
Wow,
I wasn't, thankfully. And the boys went to prison for, I think a couple of them went for 3 months, and a few of them
no way.
Oh my god.
Like real prison.
Are you able to explain what happened? What was the controversial prank, or is it not allowed to?
So I think at the time there was a young boy that was commended by Obama for creating a clock of some kind. And the boys would found it to be like a talking topic. So they put a clock in a suitcase and pretended that there was a device in there, let's put it that way, and went up to different people and said, hey, do you want to see my clock? It goes tick-tock, and threw the suitcase at the people. So obviously not the best of ideas. I wouldn't have green-lighted that, but I think when you get to a certain stage in a career, some people feel like they are invincible, and there's nothing that you can do that like
That they can get in
there's a
trouble about.
level, there's a level, and then there's another level
Yeah.
because you're just constantly trying to go viral. So I guess they kind of just lost it.
I
And
think that's what it is, isn't it?
I feel like people try and do like controversial things, and then to be
just
fair,
to get viral. Like you do one thing that goes viral, and that's the benchmark, and then you have to do something even more extreme.
you have to, because you got a
Yeah.
million views, and
You
you're
need
like,
to get
okay, so
views.
how do I get 10 now?
Yeah.
How do I get 100?
Yeah.
And it's just a never-ending cycle.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
that is crazy. Wow. Okay, so that happened, and then obviously that had to stop.
Yeah, Google
Yeah.
went dring dring and said, we're no longer associating with you. So revenue got cut, everything got cut. YouTube's like, sorry, the doors are closed.
Did they just like shut down the account?
Pretty
or?
much. No, not shut down the account, but
Just-
as in your CPM completely goes down, and no one wants to associate with you. You're basically, I guess, dubbed a criminal.
Oh my god,
In the
that is
YouTube
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you do.
No more
after
YouTube
this.
parties,
I'm like,
no more anything.
No. Oh my god. I feel like people need to be careful with this type of thing, because I feel
Absolutely.
like once you become an influencer or like famous, you kind of think that you can get away with anything,
Yeah.
but you can't.
There's
You
a dark
can't.
side.
There is a dark
Yeah,
side.
very, very dark side.
Wow.
I kind of want to know. So they got sent to prison, and you were still with them at the time when they got sent to prison.
Yeah, I was completely supporting them. To be honest, I completely forgot. There was two pranks actually that got them into trouble. The other one was running into an art gallery heist.
Right.
So pretending to
That is
have
wow.
like tights on their heads. It looked
Yeah.
very funny in the video. And to be honest, when the judge was watching the video, he was laughing, which was the most ironic thing.
No way.
But they had to slap the book because you have to set a precedent, and so that other people don't follow and do certain things.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because it came to a point where, like I said, people were trying to outdo us. So the police had to step in and say, you know what, you have to kind of draw a line somewhere. And unfortunately, that's kind of how it happened.
Oh my god.
Dear. I mean, fair play to them being very brave to do this, but like also,
But people need
the
to be
TikTok
careful.
one
I
is,
would
like,
not
not
recommend
great.
it.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh,
Wow.
dear. Okay, so that happened. How long after did you then start delving into your own personal career?
Okay, so I actually started my YouTube channel, and I grew to about 10,000 followers, just off the back of what I had been doing prior to.
I was actually on it this morning. It's
Oh.
11K, I think.
Pardon?
Ooh,
Oh,
it's
it's 11? Okay.
Yeah.
I really need to start uploading again. But then I had a 2-year complete break from social media, not posting a thing.
Really?
Just focusing on private life, being mellow, just kind of getting my mental health in check. In a way, having a realization that, you know, I kind of don't really want to be in that limelight or wanting to be portrayed in that way. So yeah, I done some rebranding, started to work with companies like restaurants and beauty companies, clothing brands and things like that. And yeah, that's kind of the journey that I'm on at the moment.
Amazing. Well, that's like super
It's like day and night,
yeah,
right?
like super inspiring to hear like your backstory. I feel like a lot of people could have just completely like stayed off it forever. And I
Did
guess
you
like,
find the switch hard? Sorry, Ashley, I cut you.
Yeah.
do you worry?
Did you find the switch hard from going from what you were doing going into that personal brand? Was it like a little bit like, ooh?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you get kind of put into a box with whatever you were previously associated with. So that's why I started working with a luxury magazine and went into luxury blogging. So completely put that to the side
different,
and just started to work with a lot of like hotels and luxury things. And yeah, slowly it kind of just started to go my way, let's put it that way.
Amazing. No, honestly, that's like super. Yeah, it's great that you've like started your own kind of personal journey now. Yeah, we love your content.
Yeah, and it's great
super
that you're
cool.
part of
Yeah.
Invyted as well, because it means just you get to experience all.
Yeah, get access to
those
more
offers.
Oh, I love
different
Invyted.
things.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, we're trying to get out into like the luxury world, so I mean,
Any luxury
look
brand listening.
out for this space.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's super, super inspiring. I guess if we move on quickly, I know you mentioned that you previously kind of started out with like the luxury brands and things like that. What's been your like favorite brand that you've ever worked with, or collaborated with, or I don't know, best event you've been to, something like that?
There's been some amazing brands I've worked with. Particularly that stands out for me was StrataJet. It's basically an app on your phone that you can book a private jet.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like,
That's so cool.
and the prices are obviously much cheaper than what you would usually pay for.
Yeah.
So they invited me to go out to the Scottish Isle of the Scottish island, Isle of Islay, and we stayed in like a country house. It was all
That's so much fun.
Yeah, it was so cute. First time I even tried clay pigeon shooting.
Oh yeah.
Were you any good?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fun. Have you done it before?
No, I've not done it.
Yeah.
It's super
It's so
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah,
doing
I'm
it.
quite good at it. I'm also so competitive.
Of course you are.
Yeah, so I'm like, have to win. That's so much fun.
Yeah.
So is it like where you can book like a seat on a private jet?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
You can
That's
like
amazing.
get a whole group of friends together and obviously like pay
Yeah.
fraction of the price of what
Yeah.
you would usually pay on a private jet.
Yeah.
And yeah, go out and go wherever you
So
want
much
to go.
fun.
Ooh.
Do you do like a lot of other travel collabs, or what would you say is like your main?
I feel like I'm just trying to feel out where I need to be, put
Yeah.
it that way. Because I love food.
Yeah.
So I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
I love travel. So I wouldn't say that I have a niche at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm open to working with anybody, really.
Amazing. And if you had like what would be a dream brand that you'd want to work with?
Yeah.
Any type of brand.
This is where we like you manifest.
You can
it and
manifest
tag
it, put it out
Exactly.
into the
I'll
universe.
go all the way to the top.
Yeah,
I'll do
go for
like
it.
your Tiffany and Co. and BVL Gari and Cartier, things like that. Yeah,
Wow.
that would be amazing.
That would be
like,
That would be.
ideal. Yeah. I'd love to work with them.
yeah.
Oh my god, so fun.
So on that, with the brand collaborations that you have done, has there ever been an experience where it was actually not so great, like a negative brand collaboration you've done, or have you just been really lucky?
I've actually
Living
been
it
really
love.
lucky, honestly, guys.
you?
I'm
Wow.
so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for all the experiences that I've had in life. And I try to keep a good relationship with people and
Yeah.
make sure that from the offset we know exactly what's required of a brief. And yeah, most times it always goes
Goes quite
well.
smoothly.
Yeah.
That's great. 'Cause I feel like I mean, obviously you've had your kind of negative experience with your
Exactly.
kind of past.
That's true. This
But,
is good karma coming your way.
Yeah,
I
good
guess.
karma coming back.
I definitely needed it.
On that
Definitely
note,
got my evil eye here anyway. Always.
Oh yes, always.
yes.
I love that.
right, we're going to talk about advice for the people out there who are aspiring content creators and want to get into like the luxury world like yourself. Do you have any tips for these content creators?
Yeah, for people just like starting out maybe or want to get into the industry.
Yeah, for sure. Always have a template that you can always send out, like in terms of emails. Be very persistent. If you get a no, that doesn't mean that it's forever. You can always reach out to people again. Stay ethical.
Stay ethical, that's a good one.
That's a very good one.
Yeah, so I would
Biggest
definitely
learning.
I'm still on my journey, to be honest. Like I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that I'm fully where I want to be. So in order to, I guess, give people advice, you feel like you need to be accomplished to where you want to be, I feel.
I feel like no, that advice that you've given so far, like obviously your story is super inspiring, and I think that people will look at that, and even if they've, I don't know, even if they're a creator themselves and they've had like a bad experience or something, then they can always restart. Doesn't mean that that's just like the end.
Exactly. You can always reinvent yourself.
Exactly.
It's never the end. Never ever. Always remember your why. Why you started. Why you want to do the type of content that you want to do. And that will keep you going.
And I feel like for anyone who wants to do controversial things, maybe ask your friends and family first.
Get advice before you
put
it
go
out on social.
There.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a quick fire round.
Okay, cool.
I'm just going to say some statements, and you're just going to, all of us
We can all
discuss
say whether it's an ick or not,
Okay,
basically.
cool.
So it's mainly based around your niche or the industry that you're in, and some of them are just general fun dating icks.
Let's go for it.
First one is when an influencer says, "I just discovered the hottest new spot in London," and you can see at the bottom it's an ad.
That's so me. Sorry. You need to have a hook, guys, okay? I think like I can't say that to Nick because I do it myself.
I get it though. Like
I do get it. Like I feel like you can't. There's been a whole thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I don't know, within like content creator thing industry where people say like, well, maybe with the foodies, it's like this is the best restaurant. People get really annoyed when you say it's the best because like you can't say everything's the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I tend to stay away from like the best unless I really do think it's the best. But people literally use that as a hook. Like, this is the best Italian restaurant. This is the best sushi restaurant. This is the best whatever restaurant.
I guess it's kind of like putting out a thumbnail to get people.
Well, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's
but
the
then
same type of thing.
people do get annoyed because they're like, well, you're lying because it's not the best.
That's what I think as a non-creator.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
like,
How
what
can you
is
do
the best anymore? Like everywhere is the best. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Using the word best is hard, but hottest, it's okay.
There you go, hottest guys.
Yeah.
Okay, people that overshare on social media, is that an ick or not an ick?
I would say an ick. You know, like people that completely like put out all their private life onto the net. I feel like it's always never a good idea. There's always like creeps out there, stalkers.
Yeah.
That's actually very true. Yeah.
Like I personally post after the fact of being somewhere because I just
That's a
never
good
really
one.
know, because I've had like situations where people would message me and be like, I see you.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's really, really creepy.
No way.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had that before.
Oh,
Why?
no.
Please don't do it.
No.
Well, maybe. Okay. Actually, I was at an event and then this wasn't too creepy. Maybe this was just friendly. But I was at an event and
I was on the tube.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like, I have nowhere to run.
oh my god, they just messaged you being like, I see you.
Yeah.
Were they
Okay,
did you recognize?
I mean, I just looked around, but obviously I just kind of just got off the next stop and yeah.
No, that is terrifying. I actually hate that. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, one time I was at this event and okay, this maybe isn't too creepy, but I think I probably posted after whatever, and then they were like, oh, like I saw you there or something. And like, but you didn't say hi, and I was like, what? Like, I don't know. It was like so odd. I was a bit confused, to be honest. I was like, well, if you saw me, then why didn't you say hi? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah. Anyway, I need to look at that.
okay.
But it was like a bit odd. But I know what you mean. I always try and post after because it's a bit like,
think also this is the dark side of like having your face on social media as well, isn't it?
Yeah, even I don't even show my face.
I
Well,
know.
now I do, but like
Yeah, we're literally doing a podcast. Hello, guys.
yeah, now I do. But like with my food account, I never ever used to show my face. And people, even I was on a dating app one time, and someone messaged me being like, "I follow your food account," and I was like, "How do you remember? Like, how do you know that? Because it doesn't say anywhere." And I was like, "That is weird." Anyway,
People do their research.
Yeah.
so I was like, "Right, that is weird."
Very strange. Okay. So ick or no ick? Oversharing on social media.
What about relationships? Like posting out your relationship and then like literally when it
This is
all ends, you kind of just.
Oh. Sorry, my reactions are so.
I'm just trying to think.
Sorry,
I feel like
literally.
I don't know if it's an ick. I don't know if it's an ick to overshare. I think it's just you need to be careful with oversharing. But I guess we could say it's an ick. The relationship side. I don't know. I was thinking we were talking about this the other day.
You
I
want
feel
to keep
like
something sacred to yourself, right?
yeah, I feel like it's quite nice to
True.
keep it like what's the phrase? Not hidden but like private.
Exactly.
You know, like you don't have
Yeah.
to hide your like boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, but it can be private if that makes sense. You know?
I love it when I see like creators like showcase their like family.
To be
and
fair.
stuff. Like I actually follow quite a
Yeah.
few family
love it as
bloggers. And I really do like it. They do overshare excessively, but I enjoy it. But I'm just now thinking if I was a creator or if my partner was a creator and they were oversharing things constantly, would I like it? Yeah, I would.
It just depends on if what they're
I don't
sharing,
think
I
it'd be
guess.
an ick for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a travel related ick. So when you're on the plane, and you've literally just landed, people then stand up as soon as the seatbelt sign turns off. An ick?
Oh my god, my dad does that all the time. Or he literally would like start like getting a suitcase out before we've landed, and we're like, sorry, he's like, we need to get there first. But
Ick, no ick?
kind of annoying, kind of, yeah.
I'm just like chill.
Like,
We've
chill.
got so much
Yeah.
time.
That is literally my dad. Though.
Everybody
it's, like, so
is
annoying.
getting off the plane,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
it's all good.
He literally like stands by the door, wait.
Oh, bless him.
Like really,
That's
it's funny though.
Okay, so you're with your partner and you're on the plane and it's like an hour-long plane journey, and he takes his shoes off instantly. I'm just...
Oh yeah, I would do that.
You would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, and then also I've got clapping as soon as you land. Is that an ick or is
I
that
love
not an ick?
that.
Really?
Do you?
Yeah.
I find that icky.
It's gratitude.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, like,
yeah,
yeah,
we
true.
made it.
I am like such a nervous fly. Every single time I'm on a flight, I think I'm gonna die.
Aw.
But actually, I've got a funny story to say.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Okay, well.
Okay, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm on a flight. No, this is so funny. So I'm on a flight with my friend, and I'm sitting in the middle, and there's like a random guy next to me by the window, and my best friend like on the other side of me. And we'd just been on a nice like girls' holiday, and I think we were in Corfu or something. And we were somewhere in Europe, and we're on the flight, and I'm like I've fallen asleep, so I'm like I don't know, lying on my friend, and it was like quite a short flight, and we landed, and because we landed quite it was quite I don't know, a bad landing. I like grabbed my friend's hand because I like woke up, right? So I grabbed my friend's hand, and then we're just like, obviously then I let go, and we're just like chatting, whatever. And I turn around and I'm holding the guy's hand.
Oh,
And he hadn't said anything. We were holding hands for
He
like,
loved it.
no, we were like holding hands for the next like 5 minutes. And then he starts laughing, and my friend looks over and he's still holding my hand. And I'm like, why didn't you let go? Like, that's so weird. I was genuinely just holding this guy's hand, like talking to my friend. I didn't realise. Anyway, and then it was
it's
really
sweet though.
awkward.
Yeah.
No, it was really awkward. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like actually interlock. It was so weird. It was like
Like this.
yes. What? Or like that. Oh, it was so odd. And I was just like, I'm so embarrassed. And we sat there like, oh my god. I was holding your hand. Anyway, that was my funny face.
That was nice that he held your hand.
No, but it wasn't like I was scared or anything.
Yeah.
I genuinely was like asleep, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh,
I like
okay.
did
So
like
creep
that.
alert.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like.
And then you started holding.
Yeah, so I was literally like that, and then I like let go of my friend's hand. I'm like talking to my friend, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm so sorry, and he was like laughing, and I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
Oh dear. Okay. You're having dinner together, and as soon as and they're a food influencer, but they are excessively using their phone all night long.
yeah, ick.
Yeah, even if it's their job.
Well, don't like you can take photos, but don't be on your phone.
Yeah, fair.
Also, like take your
Agreed.
photos and then like stop.
It's a good balance. Like you can obviously, it's a job, so you do your thing, and then after that, you enjoy your food and you enjoy your night.
Yeah.
They're pretentious wine tasters.
I don't drink, so I'll let you girls.
What do you mean?
So, like, if you're going to a restaurant and they really know their wine, they're like, oh, la, 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 la.
Oh, I actually
you
love
need
that.
this. Yeah, you love that?
Yeah, because I don't know my wines.
That's
so I'm
true.
like, you pick.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Do I find it icky? No.
But like, don't go on about it. Like the tastes and everything. Like, no. Just like, I just know your wine and then we enjoy it.
Zesty and sweet.
Yeah, like, that's just like, okay, I don't care. Like, okay, it's nice.
Okay.
You know?
Final one. You're at a fine dining restaurant and they ask for ketchup.
Oh, I'm guilty. I would do that.
You would do
Well,
that.
not
would
ketchup,
I.
like mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just have mayo and everything.
Okay, amazing.
Is that?
I don't
Ketchup's not too
know.
not fancy, is it?
I just feel like it's a fine dining experience. I'd be like, what? Why? There's like no need for like the ketchup.
It just depends if they come out with the Heinz bottle or if it's like in a little.
It would be in a nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess they would do that nicely.
Okay, that is the end of our eggs. But thank you so much
Amazing.
for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
It was such
Such an interesting episode.
interesting
Yeah.
episode. Start to the episode as well. If people want to follow you, where should they find you?
You can follow me on Instagram, Amina Maz _ and on YouTube, Amina Maz, just without the underscore.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it.